Our next guest says the world needs Silicon Valley's help to fight terrorism. Look who's here, former Wall Street Journal publisher Gordon Crovitz. Gordon, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here, Stuart.
I want to talk about this metadata, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. That's the mass accumulation of enormous amounts of data. At the moment, we don't collect it. You want to collect it.
That's right, Stuart. Before 9/11, we did not collect it.
Right.
We realized when we look back to see what happened that allowed 9/11 to happen, that while we had little bits of information collected here and there, we really weren't able to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Metadata is all about connecting the dots. It's running algorithms to identify suspicious communications between suspicious people. In the last couple of years, the Obama administration has weakened our intelligence by disallowing the collection of metadata or running the algorithms. What's interesting is whether it's email or text messages or phone messages, that is one of our best tools to prevent terrorism before it happens.
Also, apart from preventing it before it happens, and some people say it doesn't work anyway, but that's another story. After the event, I want to be able to find out, well, this guy did it. Who's he been talking to all over the world? I want to know that. So after the event, you can track down the bad guys in full. You want to see that happen again?
Absolutely. The French, after the terrible attacks last year, Charlie Hebdo and the kosher delicatessen, they changed their law to allow the collection of metadata. They have black boxes on the internet service providers, the telcos in France. They're going to be able to go back and track what they missed. We are not able to do that because of prohibitions on the metadata.
Well, yes, but the libertarians say that that is unconstitutional because you've got to name an individual that you're looking at, and that the mass collection of records is therefore unconstitutional because you're not naming an individual.
The Fourth Amendment says reasonable searches are allowed. Under the interpretation of that by the Supreme Court, a judge needs a warrant to identify an individual, but the metadata simply identifies potential suspects that a court has to say, yes, it's all right, let's take a look at those data, let's try to identify them, and hopefully do that before the attack.
You can do it constitutionally?
Oh, absolutely. It was done for many years.
Give me the odds. What are the odds that we do go back to a system of metadata collection?
I think if we look to see what just happened in Paris, if we're serious about preventing another attack in the United States, we will have enough access to metadata to at least match the French. If we don't have enough access, at least to match the French, I regret to say it means we're not being serious about preventing the next attack here. Therefore, I'm an optimist. I think we'll get it done.
All right, Gordon Crovitz, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.